It's how they watch you. They watch you like you disgust them. They look at you like you disgust them and like you're nothing but trash. You rarely ever see these abusers happy around the person that they say they love. And if they're happy, it's only on their terms, and excuse me, and if something good has happened to them. So you know the tension. And you try to keep that peace. But I'm going to tell you, when somebody is evil, it is hard to keep the peace. You may have peace thinking in your mind, but in their mind, they may be already built the scenario that you done this, you done that. They may bring back past stuff that you're supposed to be already forgiven for in order to cause an incident. So now the incident occurs after the tension. You've been beaten, you've been strangled, you've been kicked in the face. How about the verbal abuse? You've been cussed out and yelled at so bad directly in your face, in your ears. You've been insulted, called all kind of names. Your arm has been twisted. And let me see if I can find right quick, this scenario that I wrote. Actually, I wrote this the other day on Facebook, and I would love to really explain this to y'all. So just give me a second while I'm finding it on Facebook, because this explains exactly how that cycle works and what happens when that incident occurs. And then after the incident occurs, you got the bruiser coming back to you saying, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it no more. I didn't mean for this to happen. Things just got out of hand. Let's get back together. It won't happen anymore. But they're lying. But you believe them and you get back with them. And when you get back with them, it's a calm period in between there. It may be calm for a day. It may be calm for 2 weeks. It may be calm for 1 month to 3 months. But eventually, that evil surfaces back up. And it goes right back to the tension building. It goes right back to it. Y'all, I am trying to get on here. I don't think I can. Let me see here. Let me see, because I'm not in no hurry about trying to get through this, because I'd rather for someone to have great understanding to it than someone to just be thinking, hey, it's domestic violence. I'm not in that situation. Some of the victims are in denial. You know, they don't want to believe I'm in this situation. This can't be me. I'm a lawyer. This can't be me. I'm a doctor. This can't be me because we below poverty. You see what I'm saying? Below the poverty line. It doesn't discriminate. It is what it is. And we need to look at it for what it is. It's an act of evil. It's an act of violence. Okay, so y'all, I am trying to pull this up. One of my phones did not work, so I had to grab another one. But you think about that cycle, and those of you that are listening, write it down. First you get the tension, then you get the incident, then the bruise apologizes, and then you have a calm period, and then it goes right back. Then it goes right back to the same situation. It circles right on back around. I don't know what I just did, but I matched something that was wrong. Okay, that's August. We're looking for stuff in October. Lord have mercy. How I get way down to August? Okay. And y'all know what? These stages could take minutes to develop, or it can take years to develop these cycles. But they do develop. If it keeps reoccurring, if someone keeps hitting on you and abusing you, it will redevelop. Okay, so here's the scenario. One of them. Domestic violence scenario. This here is when when it's against the child, because they're not exempt. When it's against the child, let me see. Molestation, rape. This is a scenario based upon a 7-year-old female and the abuse cycle. And this is for educational purposes only. And this is not a real case. This is actually one that I made up based on some real live cases that I have seen. All right. So the child says, I'm hurting right here. The child is talking to her mother. The child says, I'm hurting right here in her private area. The mom says, why? What you do? And the child says, I don't know. It hurts really bad. And the mom says, you know what happened. You better tell me. And the child says, he played the tickling game with me and told me to touch it. I didn't like it and I don't want to play anymore. It hurts. And as the child is saying this, she's sounding fearful. Mom, who? Who played the tickling game with you? The mom is shocked at this point. Listen what I'm saying. She's shocked at this point to find out that someone is touching her child. Her baby. Her 7-year-old child. And the child says, Man. Man is the stepdaddy, or it could be the boyfriend. And so the mom, in many cases like this, mothers do not take time to make sure their child is safe before confronting that abuser. And they'll take that child right up into that incident, knowing that he can hit that child or hit her. One or the other could be seriously injured in a scenario like this. So when the mom gets to him with the child, she says, what you do to my child? Now understand, this is a 7-year-old child. So this child's mind is not equipped to handle a situation like this. This child is already scared. She does not know what to do. Listen, ladies, stop it. Stop putting your children in front of these men thinking just because it's your child, they will not hurt your child. Children are dying every day because of domestic violence situations like this. Children are getting hurt. Their minds are not equipped to handle situations like this. Their bodies are not strong enough to handle a grown man's body. And what I mean by that is the physical abuse. If he hits the mom and then turns to hit the child, you are putting your child in danger. All right, so let me continue on. Okay, so mom, as she confronts him, and she has mixed emotions. She's angry. She's jealous of the daughter. The child is scared. We have parents out here who are jealous of their own children when it comes down to situations like this. And that's why those children do not get the help that they need, because of that jealous parent, that jealous mother, or that jealous father. Okay, so she says, what you do to my child? And the boyfriend responds, bruh, get out my face with that. You know that little chap be lying. And the mom said, why she say that then? What, I ain't woman enough? You see right there, whenever somebody abuses you mentally, you begin to think that you're not woman enough. Everyone that comes around, you begin to get jealous of them, including your own kids. And this right there will keep you in that domestic violence cycle, that jealousy, that anger, that low self-esteem of feeling that you're not good enough. It will keep you in that cycle. And we know that this woman has low self-esteem by the way that she said, let me see here. By the way, she said, what? I ain't woman enough for you? Instead of her dealing with what was going on and sticking to the facts of he had touched her child, her insecurity surfaced. So before you confront people, before you confront the abuser or the accuser, before you confront them, make sure that you calm down. Make sure that you're operating in a sense of common sense and not out of anger, although you may be angry. Make sure that you have that self-control there enough so that you can handle that situation the way it's supposed to be handled. Okay, so let's move on down. The boyfriend says, that's your child. I don't know nothing about no tickling game. What the H you trying to say? That I like kids? Bro, I can have any woman I want. Miss me with that. And see, by him saying I can have any woman that I want, that makes her even madder. Because now she's getting more jealous. And when a woman gets jealous, her eyes become blinded. She can't see straight. She begins to get brain fog. She begins to become drained and depleted. She really starts to feel worthless. And she acts worthless. She becomes begging and needy. And I'm telling you this because this is how you're going to get out of domestic violence situations sometimes. And sometimes these situations like this are going to occur. So the boyfriend walks off as he's talking to her, and he looks mad, and he's not really concerned about what she's saying because he did it and he don't care. He doesn't, what it got to do with him. He got what he wanted off the child, and that's it. That's her child. That's her business. She needs to deal with it. Anytime you're in a relationship and that man does not accept your children, that's a red flag. That's a signal that you're going to be always in a one-sided relationship. And that means that eventually he's going to do something to your child because he already does not like this child. And you could tell by the way he's like, that's your child. He doesn't say we or us or anything like that, signifying that we are family. But he refers to it as that's your child. And he's right. That is your child. And it's your responsibility to make sure that that child is safe. I don't care what relationship you're in. That falls back on you. If you have to confront a man for something that he's done to you, and you know this man is violent, you know that he has a temper, you already know that you're in this cycle of abuse, please take your kids elsewhere. Your kids do not deserve this. All right, so the mom says, you touched my daughter, and if I find out it's true, I'm going to have you locked up. So she's just steady, going on and on about what she's going to have done. And basically you can tell that fear is in her. She knows he done something. She don't know what it is exactly, but she knows something has been done to her child. And she's still angry. And the fact is that us women will try to rationalize what has happened rather than get to the proper authorities and get our child some help. We'll try to rationalize with that man and tell him that stuff like, I'm going to have you locked up. Don't come back here no more. He already knows what you're going to say. This is part of the cycle. He already knows that he can do anything that he wants and you're going to bring him back. And you're going to pour out these words. And while you're pouring out all these words thinking you're hurting him, you're only draining you. You're only taking your strength away. So the boyfriend finally, y'all, here we go. Finally, the boyfriend punches mom in the face multiple times and pins her down on the floor in front of her 7-year-old daughter with insults and threats. Now, this child is crying during this time. And the child is screaming, stop, that's my mommy, stop. But mommy is getting beat in front of this child. Because mommy let the emotions overtake her in the beginning of this scenario. Ladies, I don't care what it deserves right then and there. Yes, if somebody rapes and molests your child, it does deserve to be priority and attention. And it does deserve the attention. But you have to first get yourself together. Before you have any encounters and confront these men will kill you. If they will hit you in your eye, they will hit you in your temple. If they will choke you, they will stab you. If they will stab you, they will shoot you. If they will do it to you, they will do it to your children. So you have to make sure when you are confronting that you are in the right frame of mindset.